Madison was the father of the U.S. Constitution.
And here's where Madison was really wrong, right? Because
Madison or Mason?
Madison,
okay.
Because when he was pushed about including specific liberty protections for individuals, right? When he was pushed about that, he was like, "Oh, we don't need that. The separation of powers achieves this check on tyranny just fine. It secures individual liberty. We don't. All this is just extra, right?" And he could not have been more wrong.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Barbie's Precious. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are feeling very much good. So guys, today I'm back with another reaction, and I'm gonna be reacting to Charlie Kirk exposes left-wing teacher don't know history. Okay, this sounds interesting, so let's see what Charlie is talking about in this video. Let's get right into it.
When you talk about Madison, he designed the entire Bill of Rights. I mean, he was pushed to do it.
Well, George Mason did, but yes, that's okay. Yeah.
No, Madison wrote the Bill of Rights.
No, he did not. George
Mason.
Yes,
he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
George Mason wrote it in 1776, Virginia
The
Declaration
Bill
of Rights.
the Federal Bill of Rights. I'm talking about the Bill of Rights and the Constitution.
James Madison took it from George Mason.
Fine.
But that's okay. That's a separate issue.
And I believe that Mason pushed him to do that.
But Madison was the father of the U.S. Constitution.
And here's where Madison was really wrong, right? Because
Madison or Mason?
Madison. Because when he was pushed about including specific liberty protections for individuals, right? When he was pushed about that, he was like, "Oh, we don't need that. The separation of powers achieves this check on tyranny just fine. It secures individual liberty. We don't. All this is just extra, right?" And he could not have been more wrong. When we go through the annals of American political development, it is the Bill of Rights getting applied to the states to protect you as an individual over time, over selective incorporation, which is like 200 and some odd years, that actually has produced for today, the America that you and I are sitting in is the most free America with the most robust speech that has ever had. Even though we don't think about it like that, this is the truth, right?
Well, I think there's some truth to that. I think as we close, we both want good education. I think we could agree on it more than not. But the closing point I really want to emphasize with you, and I'm not sure I'm going to convince you right now, but I am kind of widespread in the educational space, is that the type of history that you want and that I want generally, which is a fair reading of history, which does give the credit to the founders where it's due, which is this historical brilliance and genius that we do benefit from.
And then criticizes them robustly for being involved in those that were.
Those that were, okay, fine. Right? Those that were, because not all of them were.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. And in fact, here's the thing.
Some were abolitionists, like Quincy Adams.
The entire 3/5 provision of the Constitution, the de jure institutionalization of slavery, protection of slavery in the new American system, those were the products of the need for compromise, right? You had 13 colonies.
Sort of. 3/5 is a lot more complicated than that.
You had to get consensus from rural states, small states,
3/5 was not about consensus.
And the South, where slavery was an institution that they were dead fast if they were going to form a country.
Do you want to go into the 3/5 direction? Because they put it to actually make southern states weaker. Because southern states wanted to count every slave as a census, so they had a disproportionate amount of votes, so they could eventually make slavery the law of the land.
Right.
3/5 was actually a way to make slave states weaker and keep the Union together.
Yeah, so it's compromise.
It was a compromise, but it was actually an anti-slavery compromise.
Okay, so I feel like this clip is just more of like Charlie Kirk schooling this lady because she's not getting her facts right and she didn't know much about the slavery stuff, and I was trying to put ears to it, and honestly I didn't know about that history too. I was also trying to learn. So like I always say, Charlie Kirk is very admirable. Like I love how he speaks with confidence. I love how he's able to know everything. It just has to require a lot of reading. Like you need to read and know more about your environment, and it's such a beautiful thing for anyone to be able to do, you understand? So that's just basically it. So guys, consider today's reaction. Don't forget to like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.